Hi, Rosebud.
How are you?
I am good. Back at it with another episode of Do We Have to, a marriage podcast. I'm your host, Sean.
I'm Emily.
It's a Not Actual Family Studios production. Executive producer, Colin Schmedium. Forever grateful. Always a leader. Maskell.
Yeah. And I'm back.
You
COVID
are
free.
back. Emily is back. If you missed the episode last week, Do We Have to crew, I apologize. I did the best I could. And in no
You
way
did great.
did Colin force me to get out and perform in front of everybody on the mic and give an episode. And so, yeah, feel free to go back and listen to that. It's youtube.com/@ Do We Have to a Marriage podcast. All major podcast apps. You good over there?
No.
All major podcast apps, or you can go to dowehavето.com and it'll take you to any of those places.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we got on the docket today, Em?
We have something I'm kind of excited about.
Let's hear it.
It is, what color flag are you going to wave today?
What do you mean?
Relationship flags.
Yeah?
We all know about red and green, but there's this new one called beige, and I think I'm pretty much all beige. And I'm kind of interested to see what your take is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you remember what mine was when we were dating?
Probably green. I would hope.
I doubt it. No, I was probably a walking amount of beige flags. I imagine now learning what beige flags are with a spot of red, maybe a couple green specks in between.
I mean, I think we've all had red flags, but looking back versus today, do you pay attention to the red flags? Like, do you notice them more when you first start a relationship or not? Like, seeing as we just, celebrated 13 years of marriage, I feel like maybe we could give more advice on it.
Yeah. I mean, sit back, buckle up. We'll look through our past 13 years. Did we drive through some of these red lights? Yeah. And we ended up bumping in the road because of, I don't know, our inability to see those and get in front of them proactively and work through them. Mm-hmm. Or were we just insanely lucky?
Probably not, but we're going to figure it out anyway.
Stay tuned. I am wearing my Abercrombie & Fitch classic polo, which is green, in order just to get myself in the right mindset of hopefully attaining to the green flags that we will discuss today.
Oh, I'm not.
And we got a wonderful rest of the show planned. We'll get back to our 90s nostalgia. We're going to get deep as normal. And then, of course, we're going to hit hard on this flags topic.
Yeah.
You feel like you're 100% though from COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It knocked the crap out of me.
Emily was out. I mean,
I think
at
I
least
slept for like 3 days straight.
I think you did too. And the kids and I, we camped out. We quarantined Emily to the master bedroom. The kids and I camped out on the living room floor and couches, which meant Mabe laid all over me and kicked me and punched me all night long. And then Seamus and Tegan took turns either being in their own bedroom or being on the small couch. Watched a lot of repeat episodes of Wednesday first season.
So glad I missed that. Yeah. I mean, I like Wednesday, don't get me wrong, but like I cannot watch it on repeat. Fall asleep
to, typically. That or Big Show on Netflix.
Both of those are expired for me.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of enjoying, wonderful TV shows, Emily and I, we are the babies of the 80s, children of the 90s.
Yep.
We're raised on Dunkaroos, dial-up internet, and Saturday morning cartoons. Only one of us was Saturday morning cartoons. Emily wasn't allowed to watch TV. And now as a married couple, we're looking back at the decades that made us who we are.
I've never had a Dunkaroo.
Hold on, let me finish the hook. Do we have to sit back, relax, hop in this time machine with us? We're going to get into 90s nostalgia. Hook done. How have you not had a fucking Dunkaroo? Yes, you have. I'm sorry. Colin's getting mad because I keep looking off camera at you directly, scolding you with my eyes. The Dunkaroo, the little kangaroo cookies that you dipped into icing, either chocolate, vanilla, or birthday confetti.
No. We've talked about the Dunkaroos before.
I don't know how you had weight issues.
No.
You never ate any of like the bad corn syrup, high fructose snacks.
Yeah,
You've done really well. You did? So what was your...
My dad...
Back in the 90s. That's right. Your dad was hostess. That's why.
Yeah. He was an
Dunkaroos
auditor
was
for the IBC. Yeah. They had like
so you guys
the
were
Drakes.
Ding Dong, Zingers, Twinkies.
Dolly Madison products, Hostess.
Yep. Makes sense.
Drake's.
Yep.
What's the other one? I think there's butternut breads. I mean, basically anything that
cinnamon
wasn't
coffee cake or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, if it wasn't Little Debbie, we had it in our house. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to try a bunch of stuff before it ever came out on the market.
Right.
I remember when we tried the green filled Twinkies, and I was never really a Twinkie fan in the first place, but the green ones just totally disgusted me, and I couldn't figure it out. Like,
was that for Shrek or for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something like that?
I want to say Shrek, but I don't
or
honestly.
Addams Family, even possibly.
I don't remember
Just like the
100%.
90s. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's hard to believe. I imagine Do We Have to Crew would be surprised to know this, but there was one point in time I was almost 400 pounds, and Emily was
Well into threes.
Well into threes. As our knowledge of highly processed food probably astounds you.
Yeah.
But today we're going to be tackling the week of September 6th through September 12th, and we utilized ChatGPT AI to go out and search everything, typically focused on the United States, but we also do adhere to world events that had a mark on all of us. As we know, we have Do We Have to Crew in London, Germany, Australia, Canada, Vietnam, China now. So, and many other countries, forgive me. I know there's like 47 of them, so forgive me. But we came up with we've actually quite a few fun topics. So for sports, and I know you love baseball, Emily. 1995, Cal Ripken Jr.
Yeah.
He the Baltimore Orioles played in his 2,131st consecutive game, breaking Lou Gehrig's long-standing record. A moment that resonated with Americans well beyond the sports pages.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
I mean, I remember him. I know.
You don't remember that he broke that record though? And broke the record, the guy, Lou Gehrig. So for any of us that don't pay attention to baseball history, Lou Gehrig, if you heard the name of the disease called Lou Gehrig's disease.
That's where I came from.
Which is what? Is that ALS? Or is it like a form of ALS? I don't know. Either way, eventually lost muscle function, and, like his body basically shut down on him and he passed away. That was Lou Gehrig. That man played over 2,000 straight games. And I think he started having some effects of that as he was playing through it. So the fact is he played through it. And then you have Cal Ripken who does this. So definitely supported the workaholic mindset that the United States has in the form of sports. But definitely a commendable record.
Yeah.
Yeah. Music, John Bon Jovi's Blaze of Glory. Have you heard that song? Uncle's actually pissed if you say no to that.
I mean, I'm sure I've heard it. It's just not coming to my head.
Okay, well, Blaze of Glory, and the only reason I know it is because it's from Young Guns 2 soundtrack. Do you remember the movie Young Guns?
No.
Get this. Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez. There's more than just those two. And I feel bad. Oh, Lou Diamond. No. The guy who plays La Bamba. Oh, God, why don't I know his name? Anyway, Kiefer Sutherland, fucking 80s heartthrobs all together in a Western movie about Billy the Kid. Okay?
Okay.
And it's got great soundtrack. Lou Diamond Phillips. Thank you. That's just me correcting myself. But that was a featured song in the movie.
Nice.
It's fucking dope.
Okay.
And then also in 1990 of this week in the UK, Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini. Isn't that how it went? Mm-hmm. The song, remember that song? Yeah. That came out in 1990.
Nice.
Yeah. Some good stuff here. Okay. TV premieres and pop culture gems. Okay. Again, 1990. 1990 was a busy year in the week of September 6th through the 12th. Captain N and the Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Gravedale High, Zazu U, Bobby's World, Peter Pan and the Pirates, Tom and Jerry Kids, and The Wizard of Oz all premiered during that week for 90s cartoons, unleashing a tidal wave of entertainment. Captain N and Super Mario Brothers, right? Please tell me you remember that.
No.
Okay. Captain N was a story about.
I mean, I know who Super Mario Brothers are, but I didn't know they did anything together.
Well, it was a joint show, meaning it was two separate shows, but they had an hour block and they do half hour, right? So they just combined them because they're both Nintendo products. So Captain N.
Never heard of Captain N.
That was probably my favorite show growing up as a child, cartoon-wise. High schooler playing I shouldn't say Super Punch-Out because it was regular Nintendo. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out gets sucked into the game, and all of a sudden he's there to help, Princess Zelda and all these. Legends. It's a Legends of Zelda. It's a Nintendo game.
I'm sorry.
So it's
I'm
basically
thinking
take
of
all these
Princess
different.
Peach.
Oh, well, that's one. So it's all these different Nintendo characters, and like that universe is in jeopardy because bad guys are taking over. I think it was a bad guy from Metroid, the Brain, and it was like a sassy black lady voice was the Brain, and she did a great job. And that was like the main bad guy, and then it was like various bad guys from the Nintendo video game storylines, and then good guys all together from the Nintendo video game storylines. And he was like the main character helping them go and free the Nintendo universe, so to speak.
Okay.
And then of course Super Mario Bros. 3 follows the storyline of the game. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, right?
No.
Classic cult B-rate movie following, where it was actually literally Killer Tomatoes. They made a cartoon out of it.
Like what? They turned into ketchup?
Bobby's World was a pretty fun one. No, they like kill people. Just fun children's stuff. Tom and Jerry. You saw Tom and Jerry.
I know
right?
Tom and Jerry.
I'm just Peter Pan, obviously. I just want to make sure you were
I didn't know there was like a weekly cartoon of Peter Pan.
Apparently so, yeah. And, it was a PBS version. Or no, that was Wizard of Oz. Had a PBS cartoon version, which I don't remember that at all.
No.
But I don't think I really stuck mainly
The
to
Wizard
Fox
of
and
Oz
ABC.
kind of terrified me, and it still kind of does to this day. I don't like The Wizard of Oz.
The original one definitely has its moments. Although,
I mean, they all do.
yeah.
But I like
even
Wicked. Well,
but even that has creepiness to it, in my opinion. But it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is one you will know. This week also in 1990, I think it was like they gave an actual date. I think it was like September 7th, but I just put for the week. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, I love
the iconic sitcom starring Will Smith as street smart West Philly teen who moves in the upper crust relatives in Bel Air debuted on NBC.
Oh.
Such a great show. And it's got one of the best opening intro songs ever.
Yeah.
Right? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground where I spend most of my days. That's such a good song.
Yeah.
And Leslie Knope does a killer job of doing that whole song in Parks and Rec. Season 2, episode 1. Highly recommend.
Okay.
Electronics, 1997, which I think this is the last one because there wasn't really very much there from electronics-wise. But in 1997, Final Fantasy VII launched in North America, a cornerstone of RPG history, the world to Cloud Strife, materia battles, and the story that reshaped gaming. Now, I will say, so this was a big thing. So I was in 7th grade in North Carolina when this game came out, and I got it for PlayStation. Never played it. Held on to it for probably 15 years. Took it to a GameStop, traded it in, which I regret. And then I got it again on Xbox because they did like a reissue of it and kind of like upgraded it for HD. Still haven't played it yet.
What is it called again?
Final Fantasy. That game's been around for forever. I mean, it's been a computer game, Nintendo, all the various platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever. This was like the 7th one. It had a really cool story. Had this badass little blonde character with a big ass sword. It was really cool.
The only video game that I ever played before I met you was Frogger. I think it's what it's called.
I mean, it's not a bad game. It's
like
extremely
jump
disappointing
around.
you didn't get to enjoy more games. But
Oh, and Newspaper Boy. We used to play that on my
that's a
grandma's
great game
computer.
they had it for the computer. Yeah, I had that on Nintendo. It's a lot of fun. You're talking about just riding the bike, delivering the papers, right? Yeah, Paperboy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Solid.
Paperboy. Yeah.
Yeah, solid
Yeah.
game.
Those are the
that's
only
good to know
two
you got
that-
a little bit of electronic education.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. But that'll do it for 90s nostalgia. Thank you, Do We Have to crew. And again, Emily and I are looking for more of a fun, solidified, established name for this segment. So go to dowehavето.com. Give us your ideas.
Sean loves it. Emily doesn't remember it.
I like to sit back. You remember some of it.
Yeah, not
You
a
would
lot.
have enjoyed last week. Last week we
I
talked
feel
about
like I need to see a psychologist about the lack of memory
what
that I
trauma
have.
did you go through that you don't remember the 90s at all?
I don't know. Maybe I just don't care.
Maybe not. Either way, though, I do. And I think very many members that comment on the 90s nostalgia do. So continue to send us in. Let us know what your guys' thoughts were on all the various nostalgia that we went over today. Did you play Final Fantasy VII? Did you watch Fresh Prince or any of those cartoon shows that I had mentioned? Do you remember the John Bon Jovi? I'm sure most people do. Blaze of Glory or Young Guns. And also Cal Ripken's greatness.
Yeah.
Let us know. DoWeHaveTo.com.
Love it.
Yeah. We got deep into the 90s, and as normal, after we get deep into the 90s, Emily and I like to get deep with each other.
Yes, we do.
And we play a game called Let's Get Deep by a company called Buy Relatable.
Super annoying name.
Let's Get Deep right here. It's not a very good way of looking at. Sorry, Colin, don't get mad. Let's Get Deep. They have 3 versions of the game. It can be bought on Target, Amazon, etc. They don't sponsor the show in any way. We just use them. They have a friend version. They have a sexy time version, and they have a version to utilize for getting to know anybody, whether you're on your first date or you're in 13 years of marriage. There's 3 types of cards. There's Icebreaker, Deep, and Deeper. Emily and I have gone through the gamut. I even did a Deeper card last week by myself, which feel free to go back to that episode. Let us know what you thought your answer was to it. And today we're going to be doing an icebreaker.
Yeah.
Emily, what do you got? And I actually went and grabbed the card, so I didn't even read it, and I put it on the table, much to Emily's chagrin. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is, because I don't like surprises. And this one, I think, is kind of hard. It is, what was your favorite story or book growing up? I really loved poetry when I was younger, and I would probably say that, or honestly, Winnie the Pooh.
What was the book? Sorry, I didn't mean. I'm going to
like,
get killed for
think,
interrupting you. I just want to know what the book was called when you said poetry.
Well, just poetry in general. I love poetry. There was one called Out of the Dust that I really, really enjoyed. And then Adeline Falling Star was another one that I really enjoyed.
Falling Star.
But nice. Honestly, like, my favorite story of all time, I think, honestly, is the original Winnie the Pooh.
Okay. I love that. That tracks. Your mom loves Winnie the Pooh too. Gigi does. Shout out Gigi.
Yeah, but like that, I don't know, like that story is just like, it goes back to all aspects of childhood, growing up. Like that was a fallback story no matter where we are in life. Even now for the kids, it's one that I love telling the kids. And I don't know. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh, probably.
I think that Winnie the Pooh adheres to being an adult and like not losing sight of what actually matters more than any story I've ever heard. It's not mine. It's not my choice, but like that movie Christopher Robin with Ewan McGregor, like, I'm not a Winnie the Pooh fan. It's still one of the best movies I've ever seen. And like it is spot on to the books, the Winnie the Pooh books, and like Pooh's philosophy. It's just spot on with how you should live your life.
Yeah, The Tao of Pooh is an amazing book too.
Oh, is that a philosophical book related back to Winnie Tao of Pooh? Okay, I'll have to remember that. That's dope.
It's upstairs.
Okay, I didn't realize they had it. I should have known. I don't know why I didn't say that. For me, what, I'm sorry. Was there anything else though? Any other book?
The Secret Garden.
Oh God,
I loved that one too.
Did you like crying? Isn't that the one where the girl dies at the end? Oh, it's such a fuck story. Why would you want to be depressed in that kind of way?
I don't know. It was just the mystery of
That's
it.
heartbreaking. I forgot about that. Jesus Christ. It's got A Fault in the Stars.
Ooh, and Anne of Green Gables. I mean, there are just so many. Books, honestly, are a love language of mine.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
It's really hard to pick. Like, I could probably pick one for each, like, age range of my life and like stage of growth, but I don't think I could pick one of all time other than Winnie the Pooh, because Winnie the Pooh can be related to every aspect of life.
I love that.
The lessons within that story transfer no matter where you are.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, and it's not even my thing. Like, I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Support it 100%. Mine would be a book I read in high school. Now, Harry Potter as an adult, like, this was childhood, right?
Yeah, just as growing up.
Yeah, I didn't really get into Harry Potter until I was in my 20s. And like, for me, there's like a whole mental health journey thing with that. And like, so to me, that's more of adulthood. So mine would be Wrestling Sturbridge. It's a small, like 120-page book about this high school kid. I can't remember his name now off the top of my head. He was a wrestler in Pennsylvania. He was a backup. His best friend, who was also in his weight class, was like an all-state, 3-time returning state champion going into his senior year. And he had decided that he is going to make a run for challenging for this position. And he meets a girl in high school that he falls in love with, drinks Rolling Rock beer, which at the time, even though I was in high school, I dabbled every once in a while, and Rolling Rock was my favorite. I loved everything about the book, and the ending was just fantastic. He ends up the kid gets in trouble or injured, I think in trouble, and he can't wrestle the district tournament. So he fills in for him, wins it, beats a kid who is ranked third in the state, and then he challenges him. He has him down like he's going to pin him, but he's losing by more points than what a near fall would cost.
Oh, no.
And he can't pin the kid before time's up, and he loses.
Oh, no.
And it's kind of like he's the real state champ, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just fucking, it's a great story. And just like the first person narrative, of course, is the kid, the main character, and I think it's just, it's very well done. So Wrestling Sturbridge, highly recommend.
Awesome.
Yep.
I like
Now, reading, obviously, being an avid reader and not reading crazy serial killer content, I'd say that's a green flag, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is a good way to seg into.
Wait, me reading serial killer stuff, is that a red flag?
I mean, if we were dating and you were all you had was books on serial killers, there's actually a fantastic, funny movie with Kathleen Turner called Serial Mom. And she always looks like she's reading books about birds, like bird watching. And inside of it is actually all serial killer information, just books on serial killers.
I've never seen.
And she's like a closet serial killer. We will watch that. It's a really good dark comedy from the early 90s. Shout out 90s nostalgia. But yeah, I mean, if we know what our flags are, maybe those are things that we can get in front of, work in front of. I mean, I know you and I, we did the Catholic, hey, you're going to fill out a bubble form and they're going to tell you some things you may need to talk over, which are the big three, right? Finances, kids, and just, not like retirement goals, but money. Well, that's finances, but you know what I mean? As far as like, your religious foundation. And that was kind of it,
Well,
where these
like
are
pre-marriage counseling, yeah.
Flags are a good thing because they're very, very specific. They're behavior driven, and it does now encompass everything because you had mentioned beige flags. Green flags, which are the positives we want to obviously look for in a partner. Beige are things that are small, but potentially over time could build up or be something that is a red flag eventually in the end. And then you have your red flags, which are kind of conversation non-starters or relationship no-nos that you want to
like
avoid.
Deal breakers.
Yep.
Yeah, and like, are they preferential? Like, is it just your preference or is it something that's pretty foundational? So we're gonna break them down.
Let's do it.
All right. Just a quick definition for everybody.
Love it.
Red flags are controlling behaviors from lack of accountability to lack of responsibility and just control in general. Beige flags are not harmful, but not exactly relationship gold. Maybe you're stuck in a routine or a rut. They can be good or bad. Green flags are traits that show a partner is emotionally safe, supportive, growth-minded. Kind of think of like, obviously, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, hyping each other up. And then also like Jim supporting Pam in the office, all of that.
Yeah, well, Pam beige and red flag the fuck out of him almost the entire series.
Yeah, maybe. Do you remember any
wasn't
of
great
my
in the
like glowing red flags?
For you?
Yeah.
No, not really.
I can't think of any of yours either.
Well, that's not true. I mean, when I say red flag,
I think before we ever talked about things, it would have been your previous engagements were like
Sure.
a red flag. I know from like
yeah, and that's fair.
outside looking in, it's kind of a red flag.
Well, and obviously I had some red flag behaviors or I wouldn't been engaged twice because you can't. And again, see, that's the thing, right? I think the red flag thing, just the inability to, like for me, if I were to look back on any past relationships, the inability to take accountability for actions, I think that was a big one for me.
Yeah.
Not big one for me in finding a big one for me with the partners I was with,
Yeah.
And then for me, I think just not, there's a lot of things like just me, for me, I think it was like me not taking care of myself or being the best I could be for sure.
Same.
I think sometimes I tend to take over accountability in relationships in the sense of like everything's my fault. But then it would come out like I'm blaming, I don't know. But I think if you're asking me as far as if I thought there was a red flag with you when we first started dating, it was probably more like your career stuff. Cause like you were going to school for something completely different from your career. But every time we would talk, you'd jump all over the place about what you wanted to do.
Yeah. I really had no idea.
And that I guess I did continue on in a relationship, but it wasn't anything that was it wasn't a deal breaker for me, but it did cause, I know when we were going through the therapeutic process, like
a lot of tension.
it did. Right. Yeah. So yeah, that's probably the only one, honestly. I mean,
if I had to pick my own, it would have been that I was looking and starting a relationship on the outside that looked just like the previous 2 relationships that I had been in, which was a dad with like a single dad. Because if you remember in your profile photo, you had one of our friend's kids. And the 2 previous relationships I was in prior to you were single dads who had kids who not used the kids to like keep the relationship going, but you developed a relationship with those kids.
So it's not an easy exit.
Right. And they had serious like commitment-y issues, and it was just an unhealthy relationship in the beginning. And I was like, well, so he's got a kid. Sounds like my type. And I like went.
Is that why you clicked on me? Because I had a kid sitting on my lap? Which, by the way, that was a terrible decision. I just didn't even think anything of it.
No, I thought you were actually like cute and I liked your profile, but you were also the first one to talk to me. So
So basically I was like your only choice. Is that what you're saying here on?
I didn't.
Do you have to do a marriage podcast?
I had a free trial. You reached out like immediately.
Well, I think I'd been on there. I mean, that's what you're supposed to
And
do.
then that was it.
Yeah.
Like for me, that was it. Once we met in person and I met you and found out that like, no, that's not your kid, it was totally different.
Another red flag. Well, no, it wouldn't be a red flag. It'd be a beige flag. We'll get into it in beige flags.
Oh dear. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Go ahead. But no, I think it's important. Red flags. I mean, I think it's one of those things where, and I mentioned this last week, if I've changed any in relationships, it is okay to have a boundary of what you're okay with working through and what you're not. And if any of those things fall into that, it's okay to walk away from it. And you don't owe anybody any type of explanation. You don't owe anybody anything. Like it is you've potentially one life to live in this matrix or whatever it is. You have one opportunity for happiness. Why are you sacrificing that on somebody else who probably, given if they have red flags, aren't going to do the same for you?
Right.
Walk away if you have a red flag. Don't put yourself in a situation where you think they're going to change. Red flags to me are a little bit harder to work through just from what we've gotten than the others, right?
Yeah. Like out of all of my previous relationships, I can only think of one that was like the biggest, most giant red flag, and I literally ran from it. Can you think of any of your relationships? Like how many of your relationships were like screaming, blaring red flags and you had to like run from it?
I never did that, which is why I've been engaged 3 times.
Oh.
Yep.
I had one shortly after college where it was very controlling and
it's an overly religious guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
he
remember this story. Wild.
Followed me to Illinois and
it's fucking weird, dude. Whatever your name is.
Like, I don't know. It was just.
That's some serial killer shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too fast, too, like way too much, too fast, too far, like all of it. It was just one giant red flag. I think stage 5 clinger from the get-go.
Pushed in a mindset. I don't want to beat the red flag stuff too dead, but I think we're in a mindset where a lot of times, or at least from a societal standpoint, where it's like, well, love is you kind of push through the good and the bad and all this, and there is an element to that, but that's not overlooking things that are unhealthy and are going to cause stress and inability to grow as people. And I would just. And this, again, I don't want this to sound like I'm saying bad things about people I dated. It's not that. I allowed myself to elongate these relationships because I was just committed to, no matter how bad I felt while I was in them and how much I was bad in them, in the sense of like, as they got more negative, it wasn't like I was like this shining gem of a human being. No, as we fell into the shit, I was shittier and I just refused to get out of it. Thankfully, the others just, and even ended it at some point, whether it be direct or indirectly, thank God. And we all did each other a favor, right? You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I think there's this mindset of like, you just figure it out and you make it work and you overlook those things. But I think that's why 50% of marriages end in divorce.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so red flags, what to run for. Behaviors that are toxic, unsafe, or fundamentally incompatible. Some examples are love bombing, which I know we know what that is, but maybe some people don't. And it's the emotional manipulation involving excessive attention, affection, and etc. to gain control. It's a part of the process of creating dependence and is considered to be part of the abuse cycle. So it's kind of like the beginning stages of mental and like emotional abuse.
It's like controlling behavior. You're just manipulating with a false pretense of it being love and a positive thing. You're just masking it. Yes.
Right. Control, lack of trust, examples of how they treat family or friends, jealousy, lack of effort, abuse, verbal and physical, and stonewalling, which is giving like the silent treatment, one-word answers, dismissive body behavior, walking away or changing the subject, like not having communication whatsoever, which I have kind of like a problem with stonewalling because sometimes when people get overwhelmed, like in conflict, I know I tend to stonewall sometimes when I get overwhelmed in a conflict. I don't mean it to be horrible, but sometimes I just need to step away and like take care of it. But I don't mean, maybe that's different than stonewalling. I don't know.
Sometimes you can be emotionally shut off when it's important to try to deal with things when they happen.
Yeah.
But I think you've worked a ton on that, and that's not, I don't know if that's a red flag scenario. Well, maybe at one time it was, but I don't think it is now. I don't think it's an issue we have anymore.
So then beige flags are the quirks, the tendencies. Definition is habits that are odd or mildly irritating but not harmful. Examples, which I'm like waving my flag. Someone who sets 25 alarms to wake up. That's totally me. I hit snooze 1,000 times. Leaves cabinet doors open or dishes in the sink. They need to have a fan on at night. They need to leave the TV on at night. Could this just be like your preference versus theirs? Can these grow into non-negotiables as the relationship grows? And do the little things like really add up? Sometimes I think they can. Sometimes I think it's just a quirk. Like you get over it, you get used to it, and you move on.
I think it's how you approach them. So it's like, yeah, it is a preference. You're right. But like, is it a preference like, fuck you, this is how I am? And I know I've been like that before. Like when we talk about TV on at night, right?
Yeah.
There's so many times in our earlier part of our marriage where like I knew that bothered you and it affected your sleep, but I was like, I have to have it. Like I can't sleep at all, right? And so right there, I'm saying, well, whatever my preference is more important. When there's been plenty of things I could have done, creative problem solving to get around that, which like have an iPad or a computer, use headphones so there's noise and there's yell. And I know we kind of figured out a system. You have earphones, you have a mask, that sort of thing. But I felt like you had to get there. So like if I was going to say, it's all about how you treat these preferences or these beige flags. If you act like your personal, because that's what these are. These are personality, behavioral preferences. If you act like they're more important than everything else, you're being an asshole, and it is going to create a problem potentially, or it's going to create resentment that you don't know is there, and it's going to come out in other ways. I think that's how I view it. What do you think? No,
that's a good way. Like the resentment, like it builds up towards the resentment. Yeah. I like that idea. Well, not ideal, but like I like that definition of what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's green flags, which are relationship gold. These are signs of health, respect, emotional safety. Examples are validating in feelings, morals and values match. They use manners. They find joy in the simple things. The partner celebrates your wins as much as their own. They have good communication skills. They listen. They apologize. They're compromising. They give public encouragement. I really like the one when they validate their wins.
Oh, validate their wins.
Or like celebrates their wins.
Yeah.
because it's not a competition between the two of you. Like, you are a team, you are good together. And if you're succeeding, they're succeeding, and vice versa. Like, it's you together. It's not they're this person and then I'm this person. Like, we're not first and second place. Like, I liked that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So this was my favorite part of the episode. 2 weeks ago, we asked everybody of Do We Have To Crew to send us some of your flags. And we got some really good responses sent in to us. And so we're going to go through.
Well, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
I interrupt. I get beat up so much for interrupting you.
You do, and I feel really bad.
No, I don't feel bad because, well, here's the thing. We're doing a radio show. There's people listening. I felt like we skimmed over the green just a little bit.
Okay.
I did want to mention, I think there's a lot of green flags that I saw in you, and I think that's why we're married. And I think that when we started going through the therapeutic process, I think a lot of people look at green flags like, okay, these are things I don't need to worry about, so you just leave them.
No, you have to cultivate those.
That's my point. This is why I want to talk about this first.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, like, green flags are like, oh, okay, they show this and this and this. I'm good there, right? But, like, yes, I think you have the ability to work through any flag, right? If you're communicating about it, several episodes ago, again, youtube.com/Do We Have to a Marriage podcast, we talked about a weekly check-in. If you're doing things to check in on your marriage regularly, you're having these conversations about, hey, this is something I saw, or this is behavior that's happening. This is a big one for me. This is a red flag behavior. And if you're willing to work through it and take accountability for it, then I would definitely recommend, hey, continue moving forward with the relationship and work on those things. And if you're able to work through them and work in a positive direction, great. And that solidifies you having potentially a long-term partner in the way.
Right.
But the same regard for the green flags. There was a lot of things about Emily that I really appreciated that also could sometimes be annoying. Like her, and not annoying in a bad way, more of just like it went against me. I would say I'm a little morally flexible in some regards, and Emily is not. And I've always had a ton of respect for her in that regard. I live more in a gray world, and Emily's always been a very virtuous human being, and I've always really appreciated and respected that about her. There's a lot of simplistic things like the reading and those sorts of things that she was very passionate about, but it wasn't like over encompassing, taking over life or got in the way of things. I thought that was always really enjoyed that about you. I don't know. I just want to make sure that was said. But I think the point of that was those are things that I feel like we could have been focusing on increasing and heightening and recognizing as much as possible when we were going through the therapy, like before we got even into the therapeutic process, to help maybe mitigate and allow us to put our defenses down and work through.
Yes, I
probably
agree.
A little bit of beige, but mostly the red stuff.
I agree, because I feel like if we had understood how to focus more on the green flags and cultivate them into more of an understanding and nurturing aspect and bring them deeper into our relationship back then we probably wouldn't have gotten as deep in the shit as we did. Does that make sense?
And if you're focused on green flag behavior,
you're not
going
to focus on the reds.
Here's behaviors that are important. Well, it's not that you don't focus on the reds, but like they're not going to match up with the red at all. So like if somebody's telling you, hey, I really like these 4 things you do, and then here's the 3 things that are like, this is a concern for me. Well, when you're looking and you're comparing them, you're like, yeah, fuck, I got to get away from that. Right. So all of a sudden it's more about you're focusing on yourself and trying to improve yourself as a person, as opposed to somebody telling you you're bad or wrong, which I think can create a defensive response. Fair?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let's continue on. I apologize for bringing us back. Do we have to crew? I'm trying my best. Sorry.
You're doing a great job. And do we have to crew? Give him a break. I interrupt him all the time too.
It's all good.
I think that's just part of couples. I don't know.
I appreciate the Do We Have to crew calls me out when I do something wrong. And you know what? I take it. I validate their feelings and I move forward. Green flag behavior.
Okay, so I listed out some of the best responses that we got. Awesome. And we're going to decide if they should be red, green, or beige. Some of these are obvious and some of them are not. And some of them are just downright funny. And I did not keep names attached to any of these because
good job.
I just didn't feel like we needed to. But, okay, so Are we going to give this a red flag, a green flag, or a beige flag? First one, how they know what it's like to have kids because they have a dog. So like somebody's telling you, oh, I totally understand. Like you're complaining about a child or you're talking about your child and they're like, oh, I totally get it. My dog did, blah, blah, blah.
I'd say it's more of a beige.
I would say beige too, but like borderline red.
It's a beige. Because to me, it's just
It's
like
so
a personality trait.
frustrating.
It's trying to relate to somebody in a way. I think there may be a little bit more positive intent there. But at the same time, I guess where it could go more red is if it's always about you and like you're bringing the importance back to yourself. Like that could be an underlying of what that is associated with. So
Yeah.
I would agree. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's a borderline one. But I'd say probably more beige.
Probably more beige, but it could easily transition into red.
Beige-ish, light red.
Yeah.
There we go. And do we have to, crew, as we're going through these, let us know what you think of these. Feel free
Yeah.
to list them out. Tell us what you think they are, and we'll talk about it on the episode or we'll share it in socials.
Yeah.
DoWeHaveTo.com.
If they are mean to service workers, cashiers, or wait staff.
Red.
Totally red.
Yeah.
I think how you treat a stranger, especially one that's helping you in any capacity, is a huge deal.
You're an asshole. You're being an asshole. At least I shouldn't say you are an asshole as a human being, but you're being an asshole. And if you have those tendencies, that's something you're going to want to be concerned about, have conversations about. And if it's regular behavior, get the fuck away from it, is my opinion.
Yeah. Nail biters.
Oh, beige.
I was going to say beige, but then I kind of leaned more towards red. And only because
You're a nail biter. Okay, it's the same thing. You pick on your nails all the time. Sorry.
I pick off like my nail polish and stuff. But
What's the difference?
to me, it's an anxiety OCD thing. So like it's going to lead to other behaviors. So like it's an underline of something that I probably should question. Like
What is your picking, you think is, I wonder?
anxiety.
Right. So
No, I
what's the
know,
difference?
but like if we were dating,
Oh, you're saying, okay, so you're saying it potentially could be, it's not this is just a preferential thing. It's alluding to something bigger.
right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I completely
Like,
understand that.
it
That makes
needs-
sense. That's
it-
actually a really good way of looking at it.
We can't just like bypass it. Like
That's a red flag.
maybe I should talk to you about it.
I would agree. Red flag. Let's call it red flag.
Yeah.
Okay. Love it.
This one I loved. Somebody that wears affliction shirts and Ed Hardy shirts.
I want to say red.
I want to say red too.
It's beige. It's just beige. Sorry.
I mean, I wanna
to
say-
all any Do We Have to crew that wears those shirts out there. You fly free. Be yourself. Don't let anybody ever make you feel bad about who you are. It tends to be associated with certain folks. But you know
Yeah.
what? Hey, I like UFC. I like fucking contact sports and shit like that. So like you can wear certain things, you can express yourself in certain ways and not be associated with that. It's just a
Right.
stereotype. It's a beige.
It's a beige, but it is funny.
And it's a beige based on stereotypes. It's not even a beige.
This is definitely preference.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Only wears Crocs.
Red motherfucking flag. Unless, how often are they in sports mode?
No,
Crocs.
I put red because
I'm kidding. No, Crocs are fine. And again, I think this is a beige preferential, right?
no, I put red because Crocs.
You're going to relate it to like laziness.
Yes.
Okay. I just don't think that's fair.
Okay.
I've never even owned a pair of Crocs. I just think that's super unfair to say that they're Crocs, they're lazy. However, I will give a nugget to the Do We Have To crew. You know how Crocs initially got famous, and feel free to go to DoWeHaveTo.com if you knew this, and let us know. There was a movie being made, and at the time it was not low performing, but just starting out shoe company. They ended up getting an order for like 20 or 30,000 units of shoes, and it ended up giving them the liquidity, the influx, the cash flow, the business that they needed to, start making movement, right? Getting better distribution and putting money into their business and those sort of things. That movie was called Idiocracy.
I don't know that one.
It's one with Luke Wilson where the world just slowly over a period of time gets dumber and dumber because dumb people are populating the world and not smart people. And eventually Luke Wilson gets locked away in a time chamber. He wakes up and the world is just absolutely stupid. They're all wearing the same shoes. Guess what shoes they are?
Crocs.
Crocs.
Oh my God.
That's before Crocs became famous.
Wow.
That's kind of what got them
Well, now they're
famous.
stupid expensive too.
Yeah, sorry.
Crocs with socks or sandals with socks.
That's beige.
That's a beige one.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. This one I think is, I'm going to say borderline red. Dirty socks and dirty shoes. If you constantly have dirty socks and dirty shoes, then we need to talk. Now, unless you have like a job that constantly you're in dirt and crap and your shoes are just ruined from that, then that's one thing. But
when you're not at work, if that's always what the story is or whatever, like it's a lack of like taking care of yourself a little bit.
I think so.
It's possible. I mean, it's just something to be mindful. I'm not saying we're condemning people, but I think that is a flag of like, okay, are they trying to look their best? Like, what is this related to? You know, then
like you're not putting your best foot forward.
Yep.
Love bombing. We've already talked about that one.
That's actually a defined red flag feature.
Yeah. Talking crap about your family or friends publicly. I want to say red.
Oh, I'd say it's red.
We all tend
But it's all dependent upon, when you say publicly, do you mean, are you talking to them with your other friends, or you're just out and you're just talking around, anybody wants to hear it, how horrible a certain person is or whatever? I would say that's a red flag. Because then it's like, well, what if you're so willing to give away information about your personal life, or more specifically about your partner's personal life, and your disagreement of who they are or who they have as family or who they have as relationships, what are you saying when they're not around?
Right.
A huge red flag.
But I think it's also like, you know, even if you're just talking about with other friends or family and you're talking about your spouse's friends or family, it opens the door for criticism and I don't know.
I'm reading through some of these other ones.
Oh.
Let's run through these because we got a lot.
Yeah, we do. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Not returning calls or texts. No attempts at follow-up communication.
Red, next.
Yeah, likes animals.
I think that's green.
Opens doors.
Green.
Yeah. Uses manners at home and in public.
Green.
Definitely green. Has something they are passionate about.
That depends. It just depends on.
Yeah, that's a beige one for me.
Balanced. Yeah, it's.
That it has to be.
Beige.
It has to match your preference.
Green, and it could be red. It just depends on how they treat that and how they associate you with that, I think, or at least you know the things they've chosen to include.
Molds together with you. Yeah.
Right.
Thinks Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Green. Fucking
red.
Green. It's beige.
It's beige.
It is a Christmas movie though.
It's not. If they ask questions like, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Beige, borderline red. It's annoying. Don't do it. Just cut that flag out of your life. Take that flag down. Don't do that.
Oh my gosh, that was just too funny.
Shut up.
Mansplaining.
That's a red flag.
I think so. Yeah. Taking too long to tell a story.
And it's so funny because I've done plenty of these things. Tells the same story over and over again. I would say beige, and I say that because I do it.
Yeah. Same with takes too long to tell a story. I think it's beige. Yeah. Starts the laundry. That's a green flag. Love that idea. Somebody needs to.
Do they finish it?
Probably not, but
there's these piles sitting in your laundry. There's piles sitting in your laundry room that just stress you out. And it's like, why did we even do this if we weren't going to finish it?
I'm sorry.
Red.
I follow.
No, beige.
Ignores.
No, well, green flag. You know, absolutely. Somebody starts laundry, green flag. But could be. You let us know. Do we have to group? Do we have to.com?
Yeah. Ignores calls or direct messages, but responds to group messages. I want to say red, but it's definitely beige. But you do this to me sometimes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Teaches math and drives a Mustang. I don't even know. Beige.
Why drive math? Shout out Uncle Jeff. Why teaches math? Somebody got hurt.
Yeah.
Somebody who teaches math and drives a Mustang. And it wasn't Uncle Jeff.
No.
Because he's happily married to Aunt Jess.
Sends food or
I don't
drinks.
think he's ever drove a Mustang.
Sends food or drinks back at a restaurant. I would normally say
beige.
I would normally say red, but I'm going to say beige. And it's only because being diagnosed with celiac, I sometimes have to send something back.
Well, again, it depends.
And I hate doing it. I would almost much rather not even eat or like just pay for the meal and just say it was great and not touch it at all. Make sure I have snacks. That's definitely green. Loves Fifth Element.
Green.
I don't even know what that is.
It's one of the greatest movies ever made.
Got it.
Uncle Colin would agree with that.
Oh, okay.
It's beige, but it's a green flag for me.
Got it. Ask you to do something once you sit down.
beige, but it borders on red.
I do that to you
It's like
all.
a 6 cents.
I do that to you all the
relaxed. You
time.
do.
So beige,
Yeah.
definitely beige.
Yeah, and do we have to crew?
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was. Do we have to crew? Let us know, what's been your experience with flags as you've gotten older? How have you adhered to those more? How has that helped you along the relationship path? Go to dowehavето.com. Tell us what some of your stories have been related around relationship flags. And let us know what your thoughts are on the show today.
I need to know more about the teaches math and drives a Mustang.
Yeah. And Emily, when this episode releases, obviously we're going to have videos on our shorts and things like that on our socials and that sort of good stuff. Yeah. We're going to give that information first today. But first, as we always do at the end of our show, we discuss our health journey, as we had mentioned earlier in this episode and previous episodes, dowehavето.com, youtube.com/dowehavetoamarriage podcast. Emily and I, were really, really overweight a period of time. We've done multiple things, one of them being gastric bypass surgery, exercising daily, eating better, those sorts of things. I'm down over 200 pounds. Emily's down well over 150 pounds. We've kept that off the last couple of years. We've started a Peloton team. It's called Do We Have To Crew. The Peloton team's growing every week. We have a weekly challenge as far as how long you've worked out during the week, and we read the top 20 every time. And you can follow me at Do We Have To Pod, KC. Yep.
And you can follow me at Emily_in_KC. But our top 20 this week, number 1 goes back to Krabby Cakes with 34 hours
That's
and
insane.
22 minutes.
That's like almost 5 hours a day. Now she is training for a marathon.
Yeah.
And she's got to be somebody of significance in the fitness world. I just don't know. I'm not gonna invade her privacy. But Krabby Cakes, we salute you. That's insane.
African is 21 hours, 17 minutes. Barbie Gal is 17 hours, 55 minutes. Number 4 is Brown Eyes 19, 16 hours, 37 minutes. You came in at number 5 with 13 hours. Rock Chalk Stelt is 11 hours, 47 minutes. Number 7 is Fit Queen Lisa with 10 hours, 10 minutes. Pelodonosaurus is 8 hours, 36 minutes.
These are great names.
They really are. Pello Junkie from Washington is 8 hours, 25 minutes. Number 10 is Michaela Bryan with 8 hours, 9 minutes. 11 is Stacy Osterthen with 6 hours, 13 minutes. Casey Lama comes in at number 12 with 6 hours, 4 minutes. Inspired Jayhawk is 5 hours, 49 minutes. Shanna Banana Can is 5 hours, 25 minutes. 15 is Casey Spin Doc with 5 hours, 1 minute. 16 is Alex Runs, 4 hours, 40 minutes.
Shout out Alex, my old boss.
Not a Runner Katie is 4 hours, 9 minutes. Number 18 this week goes to Crazy Spin Legs out of Orlando with 3 hours, 50 minutes.
Nice.
Casey Stroke Warrior is 3 hours, 35 minutes. And topping the top 20 is Raising Cane 08 with 3 hours and 3 minutes. I came in at number 35.
It's okay.
Super annoyed, but whatever. I will get there.
Congrats to all the Peloton team members on your top 20 finish this week. And again, team is Do We Have To Crew. You feel free to join. Add me, follow Emily. We'll add you to the team, or you can join the team. We also have a hashtag Do We Have To Crew as well that you can put as your label. So
we've got a weekend challenge coming up. This starts on Friday and ends on Sunday.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. I wasn't aware of that. You went rogue.
I did go rogue.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What is the challenge?
How many workouts you get done in
the weekend? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I love that. There you go. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
And if you were going to reach out to us on socials, or if you're going to go find us and like, share, subscribe, where would you find us, my love?
You can go to dowehavето.com and then you can.
Back.
Oh, geez. Again, YouTube is at Do We Have To a Marriage Podcast. Instagram, Facebook, and Threads is at do.we.have.to. X is at Do We Have To Pod. And TikTok is at Do We Have To a Marriage Pod.
Awesome. And to the wonderful Do We Have To crew, thank you for joining us on another wonderful episode of Do We Have To a Marriage Podcast. Remember, when you're out there, it's... I think we have a tendency to focus. We talked about flags today, always focusing on the other person. But really, it's all still part of inner reflection of focus on what's important to you. What are your boundaries? Where do you want to see yourself? What's your mission statement? We've talked about that in previous episodes of where you want to be and where you want to go.
Yeah.
And then take that and associate it with the flags that you see in a person you're dating or a person you're friends with or whatever. And then use that as a decision of whether you want to make that a long-term relationship or something where it's okay to part ways. And if they have a problem with it, that's on them.
Absolutely.
And when you're out there doing that, don't be an asshole.
Learn something.
I love it. Love you, Rosebud.
Love you too, doll.
Wake up, I'm about to shake up every little thing, show you all that we can be. Come dance in my club.